Okay, now we get started of our presentation. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Stella Teaching Program. And I'm Ted, and here is my friend, my partner, Victoria.
Hi, everyone.
So, yeah, this is our topic today: presentation secret of Steve Jobs. So it may seem like an old topic, so just the latest group just mentioned. But now I'm going to make my promise come true to make it in a more innovative way. Okay, so Victoria, do you know who Steve Jobs is?
Of course, who doesn't? So he's the founder of Apple, and he's also the most sought after engineer of all times because for inventing Mac and of iPhone. And of course, due to this presentation, he's a very, very talented presenter, and known for all those awesome presentations of his product introductions.
Yeah, so as talent as Steve Jobs is. So tonight we're going to discover the secret of Steve Jobs' presentation skills. And before we start, I would like to ask all of you some questions. So is there anyone who have been to a speech other than this before? Could you please raise your hand? Who have attended a speech before? Please raise your hand. No one really? Are you kidding? Have you listened to a speech before?
Yes.
Yes, please raise your hand. Okay. It seems that most of you have that experience. And next questions. How many of you have the experience of feeling bored or even falling asleep in 10 minutes or even 5 minutes after the speech started? Please raise your hands. Okay, thank you. So it seems that a lot of you have suffered from this bad experience. But we hope that this bad experience will not fall on you when you are standing on the stage and introduce your product or project to a customer or even your boss. Okay, that's a really terrible experience. So let's talk about how Steve Jobs presents and learn from it, and you could be a successful lecturer in your future. So let's get started. Okay, a successful presentation you should work on these three sections: plan, structure, and content. So first, plan. Plan first. Before you start the presentation, open the presentation software like PPT or something. Plan first. Let us say that a goal without a plan is just a wish. So plan. You can sketch your ideas on the paper or a blackboard like this, or like the brainstorm graphic like this. And remember to incorporate some of the key elements in it to make your presentation live. Elements like headline, passion statement, key message, analogy, etc. I will talk more detail later on. So plan. Decide when you're planning. Also, okay, thank you, Kim.
Sorry, my goodness, I'm so sorry. I apologize.
It's okay. So when you are planning, think for your audience. Okay, and remember to keep one question in your mind. An important question you have to answer during your whole presentation, and it is, why should your audience care? Why should your audience spend time and listen to you? And the reason why people listen, the reason why people care about Apple and are willing to spend time listening to Steve Jobs, because he gave them a better future. So why should audience listen to you? Yeah. So next time it's a question. Next time when you are standing on the stage, if you don't pay attention to it, it may seem like you and your audience are in a different world, and they may feel bored and fall asleep. Turning a face like this, or turning a face like this to you. Okay, it's not the thing we want. So put your shoes in your audience. Put your foot in your audience shoes. Sorry. Put your foot in your audience shoes next time. Know your audience tonight. Know what they care about, and serve them with the solutions. And you will probably happily to find that they turn their face from the board one to this one. Wow. Okay, so that's the elements that makes your presentation stand out. The plan. After plan, we structure it. So the way we can structure it is 3 points methods. It has been proved to be the most effective way to structure your presentations. Come up with 3 major points and make it clear, precise, and easy to remember. No more or no less. And then after you come up with these 3 points, create a headline for them. And it's highly recommended that you reveal the headline at the very first beginning. So you can expand on it and hammer it home again and again so that your audience feel consistency of your presentations. And what makes your headline stand out is that you should have come up with a headline that is specific and memorable, just like what Steve Jobs did. Like, Apple reinvents the phone. So what's that? It's an iPhone. And then 1,000 songs in your pocket. And last one, the world's thinnest notebook. So you can see that Steve Jobs, when Steve Jobs using these, when Steve Jobs just using these simple sentences, and he can release all the features, and that your customer know what's the product is. So make a headline next time in your presentation. But be careful, it is from the user's perspective. Just what I had talked before. Think for your audience. And let's kneel down to the content part. And in this part, you have many ways that you can do. But here, we just talk about what Steve Jobs made to make his presentations different from the others. So, if you have watched Steve Jobs' video, you can find out that he often used this method, introduce and essence. So, in his presentation, he often asks his audience questions that his audience have. Like, he knows that they often suffer from a lag computer, or they suffer from the MP3 that only can carry no more than 100 songs. So now, he revealed the concrete hero. It's a product, their feature product to solve the problem. With this method, you can make your product more appealing and more come in handy, and make the presentation last than a salesperson who is just trying to boost your product. And another one is memorable points. So what's that? A memorable point, you can see that when Steve Jobs introduced the MacBook, he just took out a MacBook from an envelope. So that's really surprise, and that's a really surprise thing to the audience. Okay, so create a memorable point. But if you can't have this trait, maybe you can try to share your own story, your own personal stories, and that makes your presentation different from the others. In these sections, and your drama skill is also, and you could also apply this drama skill to make your audience like taking a roller coaster. And the fourth one is to simplify. Okay, try to get rid of any distractions and make your PPT as simple as possible. Because the audience will not like to see the tablet like this. Because you can't get any points from these figures. So except from trying to describe, except from showing the dimension of your iPhone, you can simply say that it's a phone that's just like a play card, okay? Or you can say that it can work twice than other cell phones. To simplify your presentations, you don't need to elaborate like this. You don't need to elaborate more like this. What you should do is draw a straight line from A to B. And then one is keywords. Let's see what Steve Jobs had did. On this slides, he didn't put a lot of detail from that. Just list the main point. So the audience can catch what he wants to say easily. So just keywords, okay? Just like these slides, just put keywords on it. Okay, and sometimes props really come in handy when you are presentations. The props are like this. So, and except for telling your audience the function of your iPhone, maybe you can just take out your iPhone and show how it works in reality. Okay, just show them how it works. But when you are using a prop, you got to keep these 5S in your mind. So what 5S is? It stands for short, sweet, simple, sweet, and substantial. It means that it should be short, that's not last more than 2 minutes. In a fast pace, revealing no more than 2 key messages, and sweet to make your products differentiate your product from the others, and to show how this will work. And the last is the tips you can use in your presentation to spice your presentation up. And the tips are stage presence. And it means that, let me think. It means that you can have some gesture to point out on the PPT that leads your audience to understand more easily. And then it's how your voice presents. And then appropriate costume. Prepare for wear a costume that fits the occasion. That is very important. And then the last two things is have passion and have fun. Because if you don't have passion, your audience will not have passion. Okay, your audience will not want to listen to you. But what have fun is to make a presentation as infotainment. So what's infotainment? It's a word. It stands for informative and entertainment. Because your audience came to your presentation, they want to be educated and they want to be entertainment as well. Okay, so try to arouse your audience interest. And the very last one is to share the stage. If you are not an expert in the field, you can just ask someone to help you and demonstrate it. So now let's have Victoria to demonstrate how it works.
Okay, so thank you for your introduction. So there are a lot of points that's been mentioned, a lot of skills Steve Jobs used, and I want to experiment it now. But of course, time limit, and we don't really have 2 hours like Steve Jobs to stand on stage and present his whole product. We will just go through some easier ways. So do you still remember the rule of 3 points? Give 3 major keys in your presentation. Do you still remember about using headlines? Use simple headlines on your slides so that people can get your points clearly. And the last, really important, simplify it. Use really simple slides. Don't put a lot of words or too many pictures that would distract the audience attention. So what I want to do now is an experiment. Please imagine yourself in Apple Inc. You are all talented engineers, and I want to later launch our newest product, iPhone 10. So it's now like years flying towards. So I want to put you into 3 groups because we need 3 points. So let me try. So we'll start from here for the first group, okay? Start from Ariel, your last first group. And maybe start from you to you, the second group. And the rest, the third group. So please come all closer to each other. What I want you to do to help me sell iPhone 10, help me put together a perfect presentation that will make the whole world look. So I want you to come up a really cool feature. I do not care about the reality. I do not care if phone can fly is absurd. So please give me 1 feature in each group. So please discuss, be creative, and be innovative. And I want you to come up with 3 headlines for each feature. So for example, like for the headlines, it might be the facts or the reason why people need that feature, anything. But 3 headlines, easy, simple sentences, and maybe be like something you can see on newspaper, be appealing and attractive. And then I will need your help to make slides with me later, but please discuss like now. So you have 10 minutes. Be creative and have fun. Thank you.
好的，还是这个，那个修好。
如果掉地上，那个没吃，可以这样穿着去演去。
你说你要把任何画面看你给我发很简单的一个句子。我觉得自己这个东西。Make your screen visualize. Touchable. Make your screen visualize and touchable. Visualize your screen. It makes sense. 这句话。我要想3个。不是交响乐。来吧。所有人都不讲话，其实不需要。我们要空气吗？拿出来就在这里，很假。然后我把我拿出来，我就要说他走出来，声控。是大家也可以，就一个人靠着这个空气，大家都围过来，你说那谁？然后两个人一串标准，然后要显示出最好可以找到。这样是有一点点。
现在手机还有哪个功能你不太喜欢，然后想要帮他们？
就一句话，就一句话，就或者多拿一张纸啊，我来找。你好。
一个人要
然后刚刚已经想出来了，下一个什么？要3点，差不多。要一组一点还是？一组一个 feature， 然后要有3个句子。哎呀，要3个句销这个。3个句销，original one。Make it touchable。
他应该想知道。
大家很认真在听。你看自己。
啊，就是
我也出来，
是然后跟家人有打招呼，就是头一次。
只要把它
按一下，还是拉一下？
好啊，也不需要，然后就来的，需要一个镜头，然后我把它放出来，真正影
然后在意大利，然后按一下，我就到意大利。
还好吗？
所以辛苦了。Three headlines ready。这个。哇，不管是什么，这么厉害，看不出来我的写。
Real。
放一个手在心里面。他是要让他坐在 slide 上面，他才需要图片的。要一起。再讲一次。这样可以拉近。哦，你说可以一起看电影拉近，对不起，我学姐。
哇，这样一句啊，这样这么久一句啊，我真的还有一句。
上课。那你也穿过去啊我来，我看见我。
Unreal is real。假真真假假的意思，假的都是真的，真的都是假的。Unreal。那等下谁要讲？我讲
So let's reveal our first innovative feature.
Whatever you want, whenever you want。
想到了一个更好的、更有趣的、更投名的办法。那就也是 whatever you want, wherever you want。然后也可是就没有，然后 unreal 也是这个。啊，然后你也可以把它看下去。
Okay, while she's doing that, can somebody elaborate more to me? What is your feature from your group, please? You're the engineers and you're going to help me design the drone. So please, somebody from your group, tell more about your feature.
Our feature is like the phone can become a thin, very very thick one, and it can be flexible and also print in a 3D image on it.
Okay, so that is your feature. So Vanessa's paper, why is that magical as a transformer? What do you mean by magical as a transformer?
And this sentence is because it can be flexible again because it is very very flexible, so you can become something a roll or something like that to transform to another thing just and very just look like a phone. Yeah.
So why is it live as a drawer then?
Because the 3D image it just print out is become like you are if you look in that you will see if you are in jungles or just in this classroom and then you print out on above the screen, so you are just like oh, and you can scroll out and you see everywhere in every details about this image.
So did everybody get that? Do you understand the point? Good. Thank you. So can you be sweet and please search for pictures to match the headlines. Just pictures that can demonstrate. Thank you. So what is your feature? Can somebody?
The theme for our feature, we're going to say the 3 headline. One is visualize the screen.
What is the feature first? The feature first.
The feature is you're going to make your phone like a device that you can actually pull out everything from your screen and share it to everyone. So we say we visualize your screen, and we also will make it touchable because you're not going to touch your phone. You're going to touch whenever it is. Yeah, because it's a real thing. And the third one is we're going to share our tech mind.
What's that?
Tech mind, TECK mind. That means your technology mind, because you're going to share every detailed thinking in your phone to everyone.
Okay, so later I'll need somebody to help type your headlines on there, like that, and search for pictures.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll just search for easy ones. We don't really need to go. Okay, so can I have the third group? What is your main feature and what are your
I
headlights?
don't know how to say this feature. It's just like when I scan the whole room, and I can the phone will help me to analyze my room space and whatever, and then I can choose one of the style of the room, and I can add all the room just like yeah, I can project the the style what I want and make the room be the style I like.
Basically an instant decorator.
Yeah. And then though the maybe its shape not real, but we will make it to be a real like maybe here is a chair, and the chair is just a simple wooden chair. But I want it to become a golden chair, and so I can
Change its material.
yeah, and then make it look like it is golden, and make it look very luxurious. Though it's made of wood, I can use my phone to scan it and then project the picture to it. Yeah.
So what are your 3 headlights? Anybody have it?
The first one is it can bring you the work. And yeah,
Why?
whatever you want the room to be, and it will be what you want. Yeah. So it bring you the work. And the second is whatever you want, whenever you like, because it is a very instant decorator. So it's very quick to scan and quick to put it up.
So what is the question?
The third is the unreal is the real. The unreal is the real. Though it's always unreal, but we will make it very, very like the truly one.
Okay. So,
Sorry.
okay, but yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. So are you done? So now I'm going to sell the iPhone 10 you all just decided. So please give me some time to prepare.
John just speak before.
Johnny.
So may I have somebody from the third group to find and type the headlines.
人很少，你刚才去凑一脚的，所以我们去过我们然后可以，对啊，就可以。哎，您大家来看吗？
I'm John Who。
今年这个包它很流行哎，真的。去年他是法国的某一个设计师的得奖作，就是那个样子，可是它下面是中指。你在哪里？对。哦，在网上看。那多少钱？
我朋友。
我在那个就之前有特惠的一个包包网站，我忘记那个是哪个，然后买给我。
然后香港的。
所以我觉得他们哇，然后下雨看，对啊，我自己就给人一种质感，对啊，就很好看，而且那个颜色很原汁。我说，哎，我们约了3年，对，12月不见，对。你知道我知道，我大2的时候有一次真的是想要把大家集结起来，结果我也忘记为什么我就忘了，然后我现在就忘记，现在忘记，但是我大2的时候有一次要把大家，我记得。那时候没有，我突然这样，没有，我知道你应该跟他同一班，因为那时候还没跟你班，对，因为我们是大1来的同班，对啊，大1我记得，还有吉娜，非常的记得，还有那个什么，因为我一直印象中有一个承诺，我趁现在完成。对啊，快约我。哦，我想到为什么？因为我说那边只能吃中午，然后大家那时候都说知道是中午不行，吃什么？就是我那时候介绍那个缅甸云南小吃，缅甸的小吃或是云南的小吃，然后就只有在捷运的角那附近有一条街叫黄金花。说我想他那个想了3年，想他想3年，可是只能中午，那真的只能中午。好了吧？而且那时候你说有点远，然后怕说来不及。哎，你星期3下午是有课？没有。好，我星期3整天没课。我星期3说早上，我下午没课。但是你12点下课，我们要赶到指南是脚哎，这样要多久？有点远了。
对，差
How
不多
about next Saturday?
Saturday 应该也是可以，但是我看我那一周有没有这个。
Monday 不行，我这礼拜回家，因为我 Monday 早上是没有会，
哦，我也没有，我是下午，我是2点的课。
是1点那个，不然 Saturday 好了。
没有，那个11点就那个有一些卖的好的11点就卖完了，卖的好。
那我们星期六，那我们
所以我们可以吃那种 brunch，就10点、11点、12点之类，然后吃完就赶快回来。
Definitely sure，可是我这个礼拜要先回家，所以不太行。
好 ，OK。
Okay, thank you all for waiting. So now, please now imagine that you're not in your company, but at the occasion that you are launching your new phone. So be proud of yourself because this is a product that you just designed. So I want to welcome everyone today to our very new product introduction. For past decades, Apple has bring a lot of new technologies to the world. It has changed the world, the minds of people, or life. Now people can get instant direction with other people. And for the past few years, iPhone has reached the peak that's the most used cell phone in the world. And another thing, it is the leading number of the customer satisfaction. But we never stop because Apple Inc. has an Apple that is imperfect. So what are we going to do next? Today I'm going to show you the revolutionary product we just designed. It's iPhone not 6, but iPhone 10. So about this iPhone 10, what is special from other iPhones? It's paper thin, so that you can carry it everywhere more easily. Put it in your school bag and it will not get snatched. And you can easily bend it so that you can use different kind of visualizations and different effects. If you bend it, you scroll it, or even you fold it because it's paper thin. So this has a feature that is thin as a paper. It's a magical as transformer because it's easily scrollable or foldable. Live as if you were there because you can easily project people in that screen in front of your eyes as if they were just there. So what is another feature of our new product? It's a 3D projector. From what I just said, you can easily see people as if they were live in front of you. But what is more? You can easily visualize your screen. You can actually put your hand in the screen, take out any stuff that you can see. So your screen is actually touchable, not just on the surface, but actually into it. You can reach the world with this. And you can share your tech mind because you can easily share everything with people who's just beside you or even when they're not beside you. And another feature, it's an instant director. People nowadays have more money to spend on their houses. They want their room to be different whenever they want. They want to decorate every place they are in. So how do we do that? Because it brings you to the world. In this room, it can actually scan the whole space. And you can easily choose what you want to put in the room, what you want to change in this room. You can actually experience different kind of space instantly in just one place without you moving, but actually your phone working. So it's like whatever you want and whenever you like. It's unreal because it's actually projected, but it's also real because it's not touchable. It is touchable. You can actually feel it there. You can actually know that it's there. You can use all the objects you just taken from your phone. So, it has been a super evening with all of you, letting me introduce this brand new phone to every one of you. And I cannot wait to see you lend your hands on our very new product. And at this time, I also want to thank all our engineers, which is all of you, in designing this product with us. It has been a super year. Thank you very much.
Thank Victoria for the demonstration, and thank you all of you. Thank all of you in the cooperation. Let's give a big hand to Victoria again. So with our demonstration of how the presentation should be, so I hope you next time when you are standing on the stage right here, you can introduce your product or project more interesting, more inspiring. And so you can sell your product like Steve Jobs. Thank you everyone.